And welcome to Ranger Stadium, Friday night football by district playoff action as the Rangers play host to the Timberwolves of Cedar Park. This is Tony Brubaker along with Brad Lynn, excited to bring you tonight's playoff game as the Rangers take on a nemesis of sorts. They've only played one time, but they've lost that game, and that was back in 2010, Brad. This is going to be, though, a really good game with two very good teams.
Well, you can look online or you can look in the newspapers and figure out that they have a 4-6 record. But let me tell you something, that doesn't mean much. They've only lost to some really, really good playoff teams. So they're a really fine opponent for tonight's game. But I think the Rangers are going to come out on top. It's my prediction.
Interesting to say, they're in District 11 5A. We're 12 5A. They have A&M Consolidated, College Station, and Georgetown at the top of their district standings. All three of those teams are 6-1. Playoffs this week. Of course, Cedar Park is here. Wagner is at College Station. Seguin is at A&M Consolidated. And Canyon hosts Georgetown. So it's 11A versus 12, or 11 5A versus 12 5A in the playoffs in this region. And this will be a good one. The wind, though, is the story, I think, of everything, despite the players in the game. The wind blowing over 20 miles an hour.
Smithson Valley's already using a kid to hold the ball on the tee from the very beginning, so they're not even waiting for the referee to tell them they have to do that.
This is a very good football team of Cedar Park. They won state just 8 years ago, and they've had very successful seasons all along. This 4-6 record can be very deceptive. Clayton Amaya will handle the kickoff chore with that 20-mile-an-hour plus wind at his back. We would guess it would go into the end zone. Carter Wohl and Gavin Chappa are deep. The kick is up, and it sails through the end zone.
Yeah.
Aiden Arp is their freshman quarterback. He's not a freshman.
No, he's a junior.
Yeah, he is a junior.
Yeah.
He throws about 55% of his passes for over 1,600 yards, 9 touchdowns, but 10 interceptions. And he's got some receivers, including Gavin Chappa, David Duplantier, and Carter Wohl, who've all caught 30 or 40 passes. Ranger defense, though, has given up 9.5 points a game. First play is a handoff to their tailback. That's Tyree Nicholson, a senior at 5'8", 170. He gets a good run just off left guard.
Yeah, nice block by that left guard right there on that first play. Made a pretty nice hole.
They have a tight end to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. One in motion coming this way. They'll give it again to the tailback. That's Nicholson. Doesn't get as much this time. As a good play is made by Nicholas Dudzikowski, the junior linebacker who has just had a couple of monster games. They're going to go into a hurry up, Brad, but that's pretty much what we expected.
Yeah, it's really not hurry yet. It's no huddle, but it's not a hurry. They're still signaling their plays nice and slow.
So the tailback Nicholson comes out to the near side and lines up in a 2-by-2 set.
Really a no-back set with that fullback up close.
Arp's going to keep it himself, get some blocks going right, and he'll get a first down. Good job by the Rangers of making it just a first down yardage play. Gavin Woods among those in the bottom of the pile.
Now they're hurrying.
Hurry again. Another give to Nicholson. He won't get much more than a yard this time, as again Dudzikowski is there off the defensive right linebacker spot. Jackson Brock is the tight end. Arp the quarterback. Rolls to his right, looking for a receiver on the sideline.
Incomplete.
And throws it way beyond where he needed to throw. So it'll be 3rd and long, 3rd and 9.
That was really good coverage. Gave the D-line a chance to put a little pressure on him. But both those receivers were really covered up. I think that's why he threw it away.
They'll go by 2-by-2 on the receivers again. Nicholson just to his right. Arp out of the shotgun, 3rd and 9. Straight drop back, has some pressure, avoids the pressure and steps up. Now he's going to get hit. Gavin Woods might have knocked the ball loose. Rangers say they have it. We'll see. They work
I believe so.
on the bottom of the
Smithson
pile,
got the
and the
ball.
Rangers come up cheering, so you know they have the ball. First turnover of the game, just less than 2 minutes into it. I know I saw Gavin Woods wrap him up. I don't know if somebody else might have poked it away.
I think Gavin knocked it away.
Okay.
Gavin knocked it away.
So Rangers have it at the Cedar Park 40 with the wind at their back here in the first quarter. The offensive unit will come out. Chase Sinelek, the senior quarterback, 1,744 yards, 21 touchdowns, no interceptions, 75% completion. We'll run it on first down. Here's Lance. He's got a big hole off left tackle. Gets first down yardage with about a 12-yard run on first down.
Cedar Park's D-line is trying to do what they call stem. It's technically legal, but they're trying to get the offensive line to jump, and that time it cost them. They weren't ready.
Tackle was made by their safety, Alex Underwood. So Rangers have a first down at the 28. Two receivers to the near side. Bluff a handoff. He's got a man.
Oh.
TJ Hunt. It was tipped.
So no interference.
And it goes incomplete. So the first pass of the game by the Rangers goes incomplete, something we're not used to. And here comes the freshman onto the field, Quentin Sampson. The freshman started at the MacArthur game many weeks ago and has been on the field, 15, 20, 25 plays a game since. He's out there on 2nd and 10. Sinelek hands it off to Lance. Just off the center on the right side. Gets 4 or 5.
Nice block by Colton.
Yeah.
Nice block by Colton Thomason on that play.
Yeah, the linebacker, Reed Vines, sets up 3rd and 6. Ball's at the 24. Their defensive line is kind of short at 5'10", 5'9", and 5'11", according to their roster. But their linebackers seem very active in all that I've seen. Rangers call timeout. We'll keep this one here. Kind of an interesting scenario. When you're into the playoffs, you obviously scheme to do what you've done. But on the first series you're running, you had an immediate success running the ball. Then you had an incomplete pass. Then you gained 4 on a run. It's 3rd and 6. What are you thinking here?
Well, with the wind behind you, you think, well, the field goal will be automatic, but it's not necessarily true. It's not that easy to kick it with that kind of wind anyway. So this early in the game, depending on what they do 3rd down, I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it on 4th. May get it on 3rd down, and we're just talking for fun.
Yeah.
But so far, after a turnover, Cedar Park's defense is kind of answered. They did one big successful play, and then they played well after that. So still so early and critical to get something. Either Cedar Park stop them after a turnover or Smithson Valley get something after a turnover. It's early in the game, but it seems like a critical moment to me. Also
a play maybe for Brandon Bafidis to get some action. It's 3rd and 6 from the 24. Bafidis is the up back of the 2 in the backfield. Here's a handoff to Lance going right side. Bounces outside, has room. Past the 20, past the 15, inside the 10 before he's wrestled down. And a nice tackle made by the linebacker, the safety, Grayson Cockrell, but not until he's inside the 10-yard line, and it's now 1st and goal.
That's a good block, and he's untouched for 5 yards for sure. So when you can run that long without getting touched, you know somebody's doing a great job in front of you.
And he made a good read just to bounce it out once he saw congestion about 5 yards down the field. And then it was just up to a safety to catch up to him. And their safeties, Cockrell is 6'3", 185. There's not another player on defense that's maybe one of them that's over 6 foot tall. So they're not real tall. Here's another whistle. They're going to call illegal procedure on the Rangers.
Not supposed to be able to draw the offensive line offside, but you can get away with it, and they did that time.
Mm-hmm.
So They simulated a stunt.
We have a false start
Yeah.
on number 74 offense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Our referee sounds a little cold.
I couldn't tell if it was just cold or maybe he's a little bit hoarse.
It's not quite the ice bowl, you know.
Yeah. So still 1st and goal.
Uh-oh.
Ball's on the ground, and I think Cedar Park fell on it.
Yeah, they did.
Kind of jet sweep kind of stuff, and it just didn't really look as smooth as it could. Offense isn't leaving the field, though.
Incomplete pass. That's right. Should be an incomplete pass.
He did. He threw it forward, didn't he?
That's right. That's
he
what they're
just
talking
pitched
about.
It,
It's
pitched
a pitch
it to the
forward. It's an
receiver.
incomplete pass.
So it is incomplete.
That's right. Should have picked up on that. That's why they run that play, Tony.
Yes.
That's exactly why they run it like that.
Exactly. If you just flip it to him, that it is an incomplete pass if it's mishandled. So good call after the fact. Their defense was already off the field. So now 2nd and goal from the 13. There's a receiver to either side, a tight end either way. Fake to Lance. We've got it's the tight end, Birch. Flipped by Senelek, and it goes incomplete. So,
ready to run before he caught it.
So the 75% passer now has 3 incompletions to start the game. And it's now 3rd and goal from the 13.
3rd and goal from the 13.
Kind of thinking like you were earlier that if we can get half or more of this on this play, we might go for it on 4th down.
Even with it closer to the goal line, you never know.
A couple of tight ends and a couple of receivers to the far side. Sinlick gets his play call from the bench. And there's a whistle again.
I wasn't watching the clock. I don't think they got close, did they? Maybe it was too much time.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Delay of game.
Well, this is kind of a ragged start for the Rangers, but
We have delayed the game. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
I think he's talking through his face mask, too.
yes.
Because he's cold. So 3rd and goal from the 18 as the Rangers have gone 10 yards backwards. A more wide open set here as there's pressure on Senelek, and he might have fumbled the ball.
No, that should have been an incomplete.
His arm looked like it was going forward, but I don't know what the whistle will be. They haven't signaled incomplete yet. And it's 4th down.
Going to try a field goal.
Ball is fumbled, recovered by the Rangers. No penalty.
Field goal will be a 28-yard kick. Amaya's kick has got the distance, and it's through. So from, what'd I say, 38 yards, the field goal is good, and the Rangers have our first lead at 3-0. 7:39 to go, opening quarter. We'll take our first timeout. Rangers up 3-0 on the Rangers Network.
At this time, I'd like to introduce our new superintendent, Dr. John Chapman, to come up and share a few words with us. Well, good morning. This is a great opportunity. This marks a special occasion and a huge milestone for CISD. You know, we're a fast-growing district, as Mr. York had stated. You know, one of the pieces that we're seeing a lot of right now is the growth in our district. As you can tell, one of our biggest growth areas right now is 281. And so the corridor.
We're back at Ranger Stadium where the Rangers have grabbed an early lead on a 38-yard field goal by Clayton Amaya, who now will handle the kickoff. And if it's anything like the first one, it'll go through the end zone. And this one does again, completely through the end zone.
All the way out. You know, you'd like to say that Smithson Valley should have capitalized on that. I'm sure they really wanted to, and it looked a little ragged, but Cedar Park did definitely step up and play great defense after that turnover, so you got to give a little credit where credit's due on that one.
So for the second time, Cedar Park starts from their own 25.
Two penalties.
Yeah.
Hurt the Rangers too.
Got a tight end on the near side. Receiver coming this way. They give it to Nicholson. Spins off the first tackler and then gets wrapped up right before the 30. They'll spot him down near the 29, a gain of 4. Ranger defense giving up only 9.3 points a game. Last year they were a remarkable defense at 15 a game. This year even more. More Nicholson. Gets hit at the line of scrimmage, ends up falling forward for about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards to the 26. So it'll be 3rd and 4 for them. And they continue to go no huddle, but not even looking to the sideline right now. This time he's going to throw. Arp gets it to the receiver, Nicholson. He's caught before the 30. A great open field tackle.
Big play.
That is Gingrich, Zach Gingrich, the junior who's played well of late, stops the running back. They do spot him right at the 30. So still it'll be 4th and 5.
This will be the hardest play of the night, Tony, for anybody, punting into the wind.
And their punter, Connor Schutte, 6'2 junior, 14 punts this year, averages 32 yards a punt into this 20-mile-an-hour wind. If he gets it 30 yards, it'll be a victory for them. Snap will even be tough. A little bit low, has room, a little bit of pressure.
Yeah,
into the wind, it knocks it down and then kicks it backwards towards Cedar Park. They'll end up stopping it at about the 42. So for the second time in a row, Rangers have good field position, this time at the 42 of Cedar Park. Got a look right now as the Ranger offense comes out on the field. The Rangers this year have scored 386 points, given up 93. And as I mentioned, that's 9.3 a game.
Yeah, you divide that by 10. That's a great number. That's a great number.
And scoring over 38 a game. Sinlick now with a couple of receivers. Here's a running back.
That's
good carry.
It's La Jolla, right?
Yeah, it is De Hoyos. Has a great gain of 7 yards up to the 36 as the Ranger offensive line had quite a surge that time. David De Hoyos, who hasn't had as many carries lately, is out there on this second set right now. Lance, the leader carrier, with 110 carries coming in. De Hoyos second with 38. He'll get it again. Coming right, gets some good blocks, then feels his way through and gets a nice run that time. A really good run as he's out past the 30 to the 25, and that's 1st and 10.
Plays like that just make everything work better than your play action passes, and you're protecting the quarterback because they have to do some things that they don't want to do to stop the run, so that lets other things be really effective for you.
De Hoyos, a physical player, running physically right now. And so is Doug Lance. He runs physically. Couple of tight ends, 2 receivers near side. They'll give it to Hoyos. This time a little trap up the middle. Not very much room, though, as the linebacker comes in. Yeah, that is Grayson Alex, a defensive tackle that actually made the stop after a gain of 3. Rangers look to the sideline. Sindelik has yet to throw a completed pass on 2nd and 7. They flip it to Bafidis. cuts up field just past the tackle line and gets met by a whole host of Timberwolves. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard back. They might have lost a yard on that one.
Loss of a yard in play.
Jackson Fortney, the outside linebacker over there, and amongst the 7 or 8 Timberwolves who were in on that tackle. So we've run a jet sweep with Sampson. It was incomplete, but it was congested. This one with Bafidas, by the time he got to the corner, there were a lot of defenders there.
They're spending some of their defensive energy stopping that play, so that'll make some other things open.
Senlick wants to throw near side, intended for TJ Hunt. Incomplete. Good defense on the play by Garrett Nichols, a sophomore cornerback at 5'10", 155.
That was really good coverage on a talented receiver. So,
and we're going to try another field goal, this time from the 40. As the Rangers have the wind at their back for another 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up.
Another good kick.
And through the uprights. So this time a 40-yard field goal makes it a 6-0 lead for the Rangers. So with 3:34 to go in the first quarter, we'll timeout on the floor. This is the Rangers Network.
Hello, I'm John Chapman, the new superintendent of Kamal ISD. I am humbled and excited to be able to serve our community, all 589 square miles. Over the course of the next 90 days, I'm going to be listening to our constituents, listening to small group and individuals to learn the great things that CISD has to offer. Together, it takes a village to raise a child, and I look forward to working with you in the foreseeable future. Thank you for who you are, what you represent, and how we can work together as a team.
Back to Ranger Stadium. It's a 6-0 lead for the Rangers. A couple of field goals by Clayton Amaya. And now he'll kick off for the third time with the wind at his back. This one again will sail through the end zone.
I think that was a field goal. I know that doesn't count, but that's a pretty impressive kick.
It is indeed, and
to keep it online.
He's got the leg that will let him play on Saturdays as well.
I think you got to give the nod to Cedar Park's defense right now. They've had the ball kind of down in their end, and they've a couple of penalties helped stop the Rangers, but Cedar Park's answered well with their bad field position so far.
They have not been bothered by turning it over a couple of times. This is Nicholson again, this time hit low, wrapped up, fell forward for a yard to the 26. That's Dudzikowski again. Has he not been on almost every tackle?
Yeah, he's played really well so far.
So they've got a single receiver to the near side, 2 to the far. They want to throw en route and almost intercepted.
Oh, man.
That was Gavin Woods, who was right there on the spot and almost picked it off. Rangers had a couple last week, both by Dudzikowski. This time Gavin Woods had the ball come right to him. You see him right there in the ball throw. He reads it as the receiver did a little skinny post, little in route. Incomplete pass makes it 3rd and long. Throw to the far sideline, and that's overthrown. It'll
Great
go
coverage.
incomplete.
Great coverage.
So 3 and out again for the second time in a row. The first time they fumbled it.
I think the wind's even stronger. What'd you say, 20?
Yeah,
got a little more than
the
that
flags
right now.
do look even.
It's going to be tough on the punter to get it past his own 40. Not a fun night to be the punter.
Not into the wind. And the Rangers won't even like that if they have to. Good snap this time. Lots of pressure, though. They pick it up. His punt was lower and gets a roll this time. It will stop somewhere around midfield. And the Rangers will take off from their own 49 this time. Their worst field position of the night is at midfield.
Doing okay.
So we talked about, I mentioned right at the start of the game, the wind may be the most important factor in the game tonight. And right now, their defense and the wind seem to be neck and neck.
This is the first time the whole game the ball's been on that side of the 50-yard line. So the wind is definitely a factor.
And my guess is all night it will be down on this end.
We might be looking that direction the whole night. That's correct.
If I could get this 1-2, but go down just a little bit now that we're back at the midfield.
Yeah.
Hand off. This Vivian's, the third tailback listed, or fourth if you include. It's under. Was it Sowersby? Sowersby, Brad Sowersby, second on the depth chart, even though De Hoyos got in last series.
Yeah, Vivian's 92-yard run.
Yeah.
He's certainly talented enough. They got some really powerful running backs.
They do indeed.
They might need that into the wind.
A gain of 6 by Sowersby on first down. He'll get another handoff. Good fake by Senelik, but this time he's stopped. Offensive line continues to block. Referee takes off his hat. They lose a player on a helmet that came off. So that it's actually a loss of 1 on the run this time. After a 6-yard gain on the first one, it's -1 on the second play. So now 3rd and 5 from the 46. Didn't see which player went off with the helmet loss. Rangers come back out with a couple of tight ends, a receiver either side. They sneak up a linebacker, and they chase Senelik. He tries to get it off to his tight end, and even if he did catch it, it will be a loss of a yard as they're all over it, as their defense has come to play.
They've done well
tonight. Won't be.
That's a pretty good throw with people
that
all
kind
over
of
him.
pressure, yeah. That's Brady Elford, the senior inside linebacker, put pressure on him. Now out to punt, Clayton Amaya. 16 punts this season, 44 yards a kick. This from their 47. He just taps it, gets a run, sees if the Rangers can cover it, and they can't get there in time.
They did.
Did they? No, I didn't think they did. What they did is the first cover guy was being covered and blocked all the way through into the end zone. The second guy couldn't get there, but to tap it, and they couldn't keep it.
I guess that could be called blocking in the back, huh?
Yeah, you could say that. So the punt of 47 yards gives Cedar Park the ball at the 20-yard line. So with 1:21 to go in the opening period, it's 6-0 Rangers. They come out for their 4th offensive possession, which has resulted in a fumble and 2 very average punts. And here's a pass that goes incomplete.
That's a lot of window dressing to try to run a 7-yard hook pattern, but still fell incomplete.
Rangers all over that one as the defense continues to put pressure on Aiden Arp. 2nd and 10. That was Cade Spradling, by the way, the sophomore linebacker that put pressure on him that time. Arp gets some motion. Now wants to throw. Pressure. He's got a hole up the middle. Being chased from behind. He won't get much.
Doesn't count as a sack in high school football, but that's still good pressure.
It is.
It does count.
So a gain of, 3. It's 3rd and 6. Checks that. Oh, they're going to sub. They can't.
They'll have to.
They'll have to hold them.
Come inside all the way to the hash mark.
Yeah. So they are allowed to sub. It just means you got to give the defense a chance to do if they want to. Pass over the middle, and it's dropped.
He was trying to run just like our kid, trying to run before he had it.
That's the tight end Jackson Brock, who has 27 receptions on the season. This one We were watching in warm-ups, and they went through some extensive warm-ups with all their passing routes and a lot of different things to have the kids feel.
Ball just does weird things and kind of win like that.
So incomplete brings up 4th down, and they'll have to punt again.
Into the wind, that's a good thing.
27 seconds on the incomplete pass, so they don't get to stop the clock. Good snap, lots of pressure. Gets bumped by his own man. A fair catch will be called and caught. I think, is that Bafidis? It is at the 44.
That won't show up in the stats. That saved about 17 yards or so. That was very courageous. Of course, everybody that's seen that kid play knows that already.
You know he's going to do it. Braden Bafidis, 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rangers, and here comes the offensive unit out. 20 seconds, probably the only play, or the final play, I should say, of the first period. You see it's 6-0 Rangers. A couple of field goals by Clayton Amaya. We'll throw on 1st down. Little up, out, and up. It's T.J. Hunt, and just beyond the reach. Just beyond the reach of the senior receiver who leads the whole receiving corps in about everything.
Got to give a shout out to the offensive line. That was a slow developing play and like a double move. It takes more time, and they gave the quarterback plenty of time to throw, just one step away.
And on the incomplete pass, there will be one more play before the quarter ends. And you're right, the offensive line did a great job of keeping him without being bothered. Looks like we got a tight end either way. We're going to run. This is Lance back in the game. He's met in the hole and driven back. Their defense is starting to feel much better about themselves as they've come up with some stops, and they continue to do so. That is the inside linebacker, Reed Vines.
Change of the quarter right there.
And that will be the final play of the first quarter. There's timeout on the field. The Rangers lead at 6-0 on the Rangers Network.
Hey, good morning. My name is Josh Kafura. I'm Evelyn Cox Kafura's daddy. Hey, baby girl, I love you. I miss you. For you guys that didn't know, this Friday is Veterans Day. I myself am a 12-year Navy SEAL veteran, and I've also spent the better part of last year being in different parts of Africa, helping countries be able to better protect themselves, much like I did while I was in the Navy, protecting our country. This time away has been really hard for me and Evelyn. I miss her every single day, and I can't wait to get back. And I just want to say I love you, baby girl, and happy Veterans Day to everybody. Oh my God. Evelyn!
Back to Ranger Stadium on 3rd down. It's an incomplete pass, just a tad behind T.J. Hunt on a little in route that would have been close to a 1st down. So the Rangers will punt for the first time into the wind. From the 44, the snap is low. The kick is a line, actually just a low liner that ends up being decent.
What it is a great job punting that football.
He gets the ball all the way to the 16.
Really good.
So the punt's only 28 yards, but it's down to the 16, and that's, again, a chance for the Rangers to keep them pinned back in their own territory. But they do have the win now, does Cedar Park, with 11:48 to go in the second quarter. Now we'll see a different side of their offense, I'm sure.
Probably so. They won't be concerned with trying to eat up the clock and get the win, and now they'll probably throw the ball more, is my guess.
So from their own 16, Ranger defense asked to make another stop. A little bit of motion. He wants to throw, has pressure, so he escapes up the middle. He's got room to run across the 20, across the 30, runs out of bounds near the 35, and that gets him out of harm's way at the 34 on a nice run on 1st down.
The way he can pull it down on a pressure situation and run with it like that, he really becomes their best running back, in my opinion.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 34. Give it to Nicholson. He's in the middle, escaped the first couple of contact, then gets knocked down. Gavin Woods there on the bottom of the pile with him after he picks up 5 to the 39. So they, again, no huddle. They look to the sideline and get the call. 3 receivers on the far side. A little bit of motion. Give it to Nicholson again. He gets hit right around the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a couple of yards. A couple of different Rangers there. Good job by Dylan Gass.
Yeah, both D linemen on that side played that play well.
So it's 3rd and a couple. They need to get to the 44. They're at the 42. 3rd down and 2. He talks to Nicholson for the moment, does Arp. Sends him in motion. Arp's going to run it himself. And he wiggles his way up and gets first down yardage before he's piled up and sent backwards. So to the 46, they'll get a first down run. And they continue now for the second time of moving the chains. So 1st and 10 from the 47. He gets some pressure, avoids it. Now throws it out to the sideline and makes a nice catch. Does the receiver there. Yeah. That's David Duplantier, the junior, his 9th reception of the year.
There's a lot of work for a no gain right there.
But it is a no gain carry. They actually call it a loss of a yard. So it'll be 2nd and 11. And I know the coaches are talking about it. We're rushing 4 guys. We're getting there, but we're leaving the middle open a couple of times. That time we just let him get away. There's a pass. It's tipped and interception. And the Rangers will have it again on the interception. This is Dudzikowski again with the pick.
Quarterback shouldn't throw it toward him. That's easy for me to say from up here, but that kid can find the ball.
Nicholas Dudzikowski with his 3rd pick in 2 games.
Their quarterback's been very effective running the football, but he's had his difficulties both with the wind and against the wind.
I was partially blocked by the tuba there, but
yeah.
He was looking for a receiver about 15 yards and in.
Linebacker came
and
from
the linebacker came
yeah.
and grabbed it.
Right. He wasn't looking there.
So as he's a junior, you know he's played a lot of football this year. It's the 2nd time he's had a linebacker in the gap he was trying to throw to. He's not seeing something, or he's just
that's just a great defense adjustment. They're just in the right place because of what they've seen on film, and so what he's used to seeing is something that the Rangers are trying to stop, and so far it's worked.
So Rangers now at their 43, 1st and 10. And that is Sowersby. Gets right side opening.
No, Bafidis, 19, right?
Oh, it is Bafidis. My bad.
Yeah. They faked the fly sweep to this side of the field, and then Bafidis kind of became the fullback on a little trap play.
That is that play where he comes after the jet sweep and sticks it in his belly.
Right.
And you can only blame the tuba so many times. But first down yardage to the 27. The Rangers on the move. It's our first down. This in 3 possessions.
Yes.
Sinelick gives it to Lance. Offensive surges a little bit for a couple of yards, but then their defense, which I said this off the air just a minute ago, is their defense is running to the ball as good as any defense we've seen lately.
Both defenses have controlled the game so far, and it's just been 1 or 2 big plays that have kept it from being 0-0.
So we break the huddle on a second and 8. There's whistled early. Procedure?
I think that's what the linesman on their side of the field called. We'll see if we have that on the screen. It's called a stem when you're a defensive coach. You change your D-line alignment, and you bark out a signal so they all move at once. It it accidentally causes the offensive line to jump off sides. If the referees think you're doing it on purpose, then it's a penalty. But if you're doing it just to make your defensive call, it's legal. So there's a little gray area there.
That's a really thick gray area,
yes,
if you ask me.
Especially if you're on offense and you get the jump.
Second and long. We throw it
Got
for
him.
T.J. Hunt, and he caught it. Again,
Really pretty.
a little skinny post.
Well, the play action made that safety leave his area,
yeah.
and that's right where they threw it.
So Hunt has the completion up near, well, they spotted at the 8. So the Rangers will have first and goal.
You can see the safety and the linebacker going downhill to stop that running play, and that opened up a big gate for the – it's awful hard for that corner to cover both the outside and the inside.
So the Rangers have it. First and goal from the 8. Lance, the tailback. Motion from Sampson. Senelik gives it to Bafidis.
Yeah, good play.
And he'll get inside the 5 to the 4. So they get about half of it on first down, a gain of 4.
You knew the Rangers had something to counteract that great perimeter defense that Cedar Park was doing to stop the fly sweep. You can't stop everything. Just got to find the right combo.
Not all at once.
Not all at once. That's right.
Yeah. So the Rangers adjust the adjustment of the defense, and now it's second and goal from the 4. Senelik gives it to Lance, and they make a great play as defensive penetration comes in from the linebacker. That's Jackson Fortney.
Yeah.
He made a play earlier in the game, and he makes one there to put the Rangers a loss of 2 back to the 6.
Both teams concerned with the wind. They're running the ball a little bit more than normal. Clock's running fast.
6:45 on a running second quarter clock. 6-0 Rangers. Senelik claps his hands and then looks back to the sideline. He's ready to go. Wants to throw. Has Hunt on a little in route, and the defensive back beats him to it. Great play that time by Cole McLaughlin, the junior corner. Makes it 4th down. And we're going to try a field goal into the wind.
Pre-game, he was okay from this distance, even against this strong wind, so we'll see what happens in a game situation.
On the near sideline from the 13, which will make it 23 yards. Straight into the wind. Snap is good. The hold is good. The
nice
kick is up and through the uprights.
Yep.
So the Rangers go up by a 9-0 margin. 6:28 to go, second quarter. Rangers by 9 on the Rangers Network.
Hey, good morning. My name is Josh Kafura. I'm Evelyn Cox Kafura's daddy. Hey, baby girl, I love you. I miss you. For you guys that didn't know, this Friday is Veterans Day. I myself am a 12-year Navy SEAL veteran, and I've also spent the better part of last year being in different parts of Africa, helping countries be able to better protect themselves, much like I did while I was in the Navy, protecting our country. This time away has been really hard for me and Evelyn. I miss her every single day, and I can't wait to get back. And I just want to say I love you, baby girl, and happy Veterans Day to everybody. Evelyn!
We're back at the stadium. It's 9-0 Rangers. Amaya's going to kick off for the first time into the wind.
It's a great kick.
High and
great kick.
They called a fair catch.
Yeah.
At the 22 or 23 is where it'll be spotted. He did make a fair catch signal. He's going to give him all the way to the 25.
They changed that rule a couple of years ago where you could fair catch and still get it on the 25, but you have to execute the catch. On a punting situation, you can let it hit the ground, but you've got to – it's still a free ball whether you call a fair catch signal or not.
No doubt. So the ball will be at the 25 after the fair catch.
So that's a really good field position kick for the Rangers right there into the wind.
Well, when you talk about all the hidden yardage,
yes,
this is definitely we've gone into the wind with a kick, and they still get it at the same place when we have the wind at our back. First down, run by Nicholson. Gavin Woods meets him in the hole. He falls forward and gets a couple of yards, but the Ranger defense stays very positive.
Both teams playing the run well.
Three receivers in a bunch to the far sideline now with a tight end on the near side. They want to throw. A little receiver screen is what they had locked up. Arp runs, gets knocked down by Didzkowski. Falls forward for a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Might have landed on his elbow right then, trying to fly through the air. He's holding on to it a little bit.
He is. Arp wants to throw, has some pressure, gets chased out of the pocket. Now against his body, throws it into their bench, and that's incomplete on 3rd down, and it'll be 4th down. As the Rangers defense continues to put pressure on him, and now he's looking at that elbow. As you see him on the sideline talking with the coaching staff, he did fall pretty hard on that right arm, and he is not comfortable at all. And here is the scramble being pursued.
Yeah. He was in pain. He was in pain as he let that ball go. So sometimes those throwing injuries, they show up a couple of plays later.
McLean Garrett had the initial chase him out of the pocket move. And here comes a punt with the wind by Schutte. Rangers, that's Bafidis. Caught it at about 35. He's got a break. He's up the sideline. He cuts back in. Pursuit's chasing him, but he's still on his feet. Inside the 20.
Wow.
Finally wrestled down, but not till he's near the 15-yard line on a tremendous punt return of almost 45 yards by Braden Bafidis. Wow.
Inside the red zone, but it definitely flipped the field too. That's just a two kicking plays really helped the Rangers so far against the wind.
Just a 45-yard punt and a 50-yard return. Smithson Valley in really good position now at the 15-yard line of Cedar Park going into the wind. 5:11 to go in the quarter. It's 9-0 Rangers on 3 field goals. Sowersby takes the handoff. Going right. Gets back to the line of scrimmage is all. Again, their safety, Alex, makes the tackle.
Called his name a few times.
We have. Grayson Alex is a defensive tackle, not a safety. But he still made the tackle.
He made it in a safe way. That's what we meant to say.
Offensive line has opened up some holes. We'll see if they can do some more here. That's a pass that goes incomplete. Brad, you mentioned a minute ago, even short passes into this wind, just you never know.
And it also makes the defense look a little better than they are because the ball is just slower, so you get a better jump while it's in the air. A lot of things go into it. It's not just pitch and catch.
So from the 15, a run for no gain, and then an incomplete pass makes it 3rd and 10 from the 15. Ranger offense, I'm sure they don't want to settle for a field goal again.
No, they need a big play right here.
Chase, play fake, throws to the near sideline. That ball got knocked. The wind just destroyed the pass. Nobody got a hand on.
How close that was to interference.
Yeah, there was no tip or anything. He just threw it, and the wind just, look at the wind, just catch it, and it just fluttered and didn't get anywhere near it.
No, I guess that's a clean play on both of them.
Well, TJ pulled him down as well as getting,
Probably so.
Yeah, so it's an incomplete pass on 4th down.
Looked like the Rangers are going for it on 4th down.
Not going to try a field goal from 32 yards into the wind. We're going to go for it on 4th down. Another play action pass, looking for Hunt again in the end zone, and that's interference for sure.
Nope.
Oh, no. Really?
Never thought he made a play on the ball. Looked like he had his hand on it.
Yeah, it looked like he just. So the Rangers turn it over on down. Here's that pass play. TJ's trying to catch it, and 33 is right in his face, pushing him down.
Yeah.
That's.
Let's just say we had a different view than they did, huh?
I'm
Let's just say
surprised.
we had a different way
but
of
it's
looking at it.
incomplete, so it's now Cedar Park ball at the 15. So we have a 0 run and 3 incomplete passes. With 4:15 to go in the second quarter, it's still 9-0. Cedar Park hanging on for sure. Arp is back. He'll throw it. Completed pass. Nice look that time as they completed and got about 6 yards as Carter Wool, the junior, makes the catch against Jackson Duffy. A gain of.
Now they're in hurry up.
A gain of 5 makes it 2nd and 5. Nicholson, a hole up the middle, opened up. Dudzikowski comes in and makes the tackle after a first down run of about 7 yards.
They go fast after success, that's for sure.
They do indeed. Nicholson has it. Defense comes to the rises to the occasion.
Yeah. They'll slow down a little bit now after a negative yardage play. They won't be in such a hurry.
Gets back to the. Yeah, I think he lost one. Defense makes its adjustment as they send 3 receivers to the far side. Arp on 2nd and 11, pardon me, wants to run and doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, that's a big play.
Gets upended, and a great tackle by the Rangers. Dudzikowski again, Johnny on the spot, or should we say Nicholas on the spot. You see it here. Arp makes a decision. He's going to lower his shoulder, and Dudzikowski says, take my throw down.
I'll have a shoulder as well.
So now it's 3rd and long. Pass to the middle. Intercepted. I think the Rangers got it. We'll see. That's
they're going to call it incomplete.
Lane Richard, they call it incomplete. Tried to make it look like he had here's the look. Tipped. No, it definitely hit. It definitely hit the ground.
Those officials, they never mess up.
Great camera work as they'll punt again with the wind at their back. As we go near, we're at 2:39, 2.5 minutes to go in the period in the half. Bafidis and Clark back. Kick is good with the wind at the back. And a good return straight up the middle this time. David De Hoyos, who's back there, not Clark. And De Hoyos takes it right up the middle and gets the Rangers up to their own 44.
Not quite as dramatic, but they're keeping the ball off of this end of the field. You know, it's like an old-timey 1950s football game where it's a defensive struggle because of this wind, but field position still matters. Even in 2022, field position is still important.
And what you're saying is even against the wind, the Rangers are keeping the
ball
ball
over there.
on that side of the field.
That's right.
Like they kept it on this side of the field with the wind at their back. Now with the wind against them, they're still keeping it.
Certainly they'd like more points than 9.
Yes.
But they're in control right now because of field position.
De Hoyos back at running back. A receiver either side. Tight ends out there, and Bafidis is the H-back. Here's a handoff to pitch to him, coming left near side. Has some room, gets inside to Cedar Park territory, past the 45. That'll be first down yardage at the 44, and a nice run by Braden Bafidis, who continues to pick up the yardage without too many touches on the season.
Right.
That is 28th carry, over 265 yards.
31 for Cedar Park. His name is
Brady Elford.
Yeah, he's a really good player. He followed that tricky play the whole way.
This is a Senelek run, straight up the middle. He gets good yardage. Give him about 6 or 7 up to the 38. Clock runs under 1:50 to go in the half, and the Rangers now have a 2nd and 4 after a 6-yard run. Again, they look to the sideline for the play call. coach in white and a coach in blue sending signals in. Rangers will huddle. Now a minute and a half to go in the period. They're at the 38, second and 4, pardon me. Senelik looks. Hand off to De Hoyos. Went
First
against
down.
the strength. Near a first down. I think they're going to spot it and call it a first down at the 34.
Cedar Park essentially has 9 men up in the box stopping the run, and the Ranger offensive line is doing a great job handling more people. They're blocking 9 with 7, so anytime you can move the ball like that.
Couple of tight ends and 2 receivers this way. Senelik wants to throw. Fakes it, little up and out. TJ Hunt makes the catch inside the 10.
He's got it.
Wow, did he follow that ball in the air with the wind just kind of battering it around?
That ain't easy.
And
That's
he
a
caught
big
the
play.
ball falling near the sideline. A great pass and a great catch.
Smithson Valley, his teammates need to reward him with a touchdown. Somebody needs to get this ball across the end zone after a great effort like that.
Ball's at the 7 where it's first and goal. We got 35 seconds on a running second quarter clock. Rangers need to have a little bit of hurry. Still have timeouts, obviously. This play will happen after 25 seconds to go. It's De Hoyos, and there's a whistle, and that's probably procedure. It is. So
that's frustrating.
Penalties, as much as anything, have cost
Kept them out of
us
the end zone, no doubt.
end zone opportunities. So now from the 12.
Hate to blame everything on the wind and the tubas, but you know, it's harder to hear things when you haven't had that kind of wind blowing through your helmets and stuff during practice.
Yeah?
They'll get it adjusted in the second half. I can promise you that.
And let's be real clear, neither team has had to practice in this because
That's
it
right.
didn't happen until noon today.
Till about 3 hours before the game.
So anything that they're seeing tonight, they saw in warm-ups, but that's the first time they've seen it, and probably this year. So from the 12, the clock stops on the penalty. It's 22 seconds to go. What are our officials discussing here?
I don't know. I think someone might have called a timeout.
And you see our referee there who has the headgear inside his mask, trying to stay warm. He's pointing to the Smithson Valley bench. Not real sure.
I'm sure what those hand signals mean.
There's Coach Hill. It's a clock issue.
Yeah.
With 22 seconds to go. It's not the NFL where we.
So maybe.
So he did have to take a timeout, or
yeah.
the clock starts before the snap. Yeah, I mean,
was a penalty that stopped the clock. So you would think that
that
the ball snap
wouldn't
has to start
right.
the clock. Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Anyway, the Rangers do call a timeout. We'll keep it here, just because we want to talk about. So 9 points on 3 field goals. We've turned it over once on downs. You know they don't want to settle for a field goal here,
right?
And even as difficult as it would be from the 30-yard line,
they don't want to settle for one. They'll take one just because of the clock, even though they've got what down is still first. It's first and 12, I guess. First and goal.
First and goal from the 12.
Yeah.
They've got one timeout left, and there's 22 seconds. So you know you can.
You can throw it 3 times, but this wind may cause you to look another place on your play chart.
Right. The long pass, is that the first completion we've had other than is that our first completion?
It's single digits for sure. He hasn't had a great night throwing it.
So they fake the jet sweep and give it to De Hoyos, right side, all the way to the goal line, just before it at the 1. They will probably call another timeout, or they're going to try to down it.
Down the ball,
they're going to try to down it. They didn't stop the clock for the first down. That's what Coach Hill is mad about now.
It wouldn't be a first down because it was first
you're right.
and goal.
I'm sorry.
That's
Yes. We ended up.
There's a procedure problem with the referees about something though, because we should have been able to down the ball, but I don't think Coach Hill could count on the referee to get over there fast enough to stand in front of it to blow it so that they could down it. If he hadn't called that timeout, the speed of the game and the confusion of the referees would have caused that clock to run out without us having a chance right here. Should get 2 plays out of this.
Should get it in on the first one, though. So we down, and they call a timeout now. What?
Yeah.
So we didn't call a timeout because we've still got 1 left. So we hurried back to the line to down it.
Yes, I don't know why the clock stopped then.
And then, well, it ran. Well, we reset it to 8.
Yeah, but it was a running play. So if we didn't call timeout, how in the world did the clock stop? And we can't blame the Tubas. They've already set up for their halftime show.
I'm trying to figure out what happened there.
Somebody call us. Somebody call us and give us a little information here.
So somehow it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1 with 8 seconds to go.
And we have a timeout left?
That's what it
According
says on
to
the
the
scoreboard. And I don't know anything different than the scoreboard.
Right. Because it looked like we called a timeout to stop the clock there with 9 seconds
It
to
does
go.
look like it.
Yeah.
So the Rangers all huddled up watching as the play clock begins. Game clock at 8 seconds. We break the huddle. De Hoyos is the tailback. We give it to him. No, we fake it to him. Senelak. What did we do?
We handed it off to De Hoyos, and he lost a yard, so we called timeout.
Yeah, he didn't have a whole lot of room.
No.
So we use our final timeout with 2 seconds to go. Here's the coach's dilemma. Do you kick a field goal so you at least come away with points, or do you go for it on 3rd down, and if you don't get it, the quarter ends, they take momentum into the locker room? You
get no points by not kicking the field goal, not scoring a touchdown, but you still have a 1-score lead. They have to score twice, but if you get 12, then they can pass you in 2 scores. So probably they're going to go for this.
I would think that would be, aside from giving them some momentum going into the locker room, because you still get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
So that's an easier pill to swallow, if you will.
You know, they talk about that all the time when you watch games. I don't know if Coach Hill's considering what he gets to do in the second half right now. I think he wants to get this one in the end zone. That's probably his full concentration.
Yeah, but I think he knows he gets the ball in the second half, and that makes this more tolerable. So you've got to run a play that you know can succeed because it's the last play in the quarter. From the 2. And then they're going to call a timeout with Cedar Park. They wanted to see what kind of alignment you come out with, and they'll call a timeout. And again, we'll keep it here as the Rangers have a 9-0 lead. We've played 23 minutes and 58 seconds of the first half.
Good as our defense has played, this getting this one in the end zone could be really big.
It is, I'm sure, something that everybody in Smithson Valley blue and white tonight want to see happen, because this is a big play. It takes you to 16.
I just realized I did sound like Captain Obvious right there, but
well, it is.
You want to get in the end zone after all that hard work.
It becomes a 2-score, 2 extra point, 2-point extra point chance to tie you at 16. And that, of course, is if you make the extra point into this win, which is not a given. So after the timeout, they have 1 left. We have none. There's 2 seconds on the clock. This will be the final play of the half. There's no doubt about that, unless there's a penalty by the defense. So again, 2 receivers, 1 either way, 2 tight ends. Now in motion is Sampson going to the far side. Sinlick runs that way, throws it to Sampson in the end zone, and he caught it, and that should be a touchdown.
So for your most critical play of the game, throw it to the freshman. Why not? Why not? That's a good player.
Oh, my. Here's the replay. Low snap. Sinlick makes a perfect throw. Sampson makes a perfect catch before he's knocked out of bounds by safety Alex Underwood. but the freshman hangs on, and there's a good look at it. He got popped hard right as he caught the ball. Falls back to the track.
If his brother, Kari Berry's watching the game, he needs to be really proud of his little brother right there. Kari Berry, a defensive end for us for a long, successful run as a junior or senior.
Extra point by Amaya is through
It's
the
good.
uprights, and as we go to the half,
Wow.
the Rangers make it a 16-0 score as they dominate so many phases of the game here in the first half, so they at least lead by 2 touchdowns.
It's like old-timey football, kicking game and field position without a doubt. So 16-0 is a very comfortable lead right now.
It is, and with the Rangers up 16-0, we're ready for halftime festivities here at Ranger Stadium. 16-0, the Rangers lead. We're at the half on the Rangers Network.
We're here to celebrate Colton and TJ and Gavin and David for their accomplishments on and off the field. Before we get started, I'd like to thank their parents for all that they do for them, the early mornings, the late evenings, driving them to camps and combines, and everything that you've done for them throughout their lives and will continue to do as they move forward into the next chapter of their careers. But just watching these 4 play seems like forever. I was just talking about how it seems like David's been in high school for 6 years instead of 4. But nonetheless, when you think Ranger football, you think success, you think of just the culture, and annually they're playing for championships and the goal of being a state champion. And, it's because of their leadership and their coaching staff, and that's why they're successful, and for individuals like them. So thank you again for being here. I'd like to introduce David Castro from San Antonio Sports. I'd like to thank WAI and all the affiliates for being here. And so at this time, I'd like to bring up David Castro from SA Sports.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is David Castro. I'm our Director of Events of San Antonio Sports, and I'm happy to be here on behalf of NBC and the All-American Bowl, which San Antonio Sports has had a long-lasting relationship with over the years. Welcome to today's jersey presentation as we celebrate Colin Thomason's selection to the most elite high school sporting event in the country, the All-American Bowl on NBC. As NBC Sports-owned property, the All-American Bowl is a part of the marquee lineup of elite events. This includes the Olympics, the Premier League, and the #1 primetime show since 2011, NFL Sunday Night Football. The All-American Bowl has well established itself as the nation's premier high school all-star football game. 533 NFL draft picks, 193 Pro Bowl selections, 86 Super Bowl champions, and 16 Heisman Trophy finalists have played their final game of their high school career wearing an All-American jersey. NFL stars such as Trevor Lawrence, Jalen Ramsey, Ezekiel Elliott, and college standouts Bryce Young and CJ Stroud all kicked off their playing careers on this stage. Each year, more than 20,000 people watch from the stands inside the Alamodome right here in San Antonio, and millions tune in live on the broadcasts on NBC and Peacock, making the All-American Bowl the highest-rated all-star high school sporting event on television. For many, playing in the All-American Bowl is the first step to becoming a household name. For more than 1 million high school football players across the country, only the 100 of the best, like Colton, receive an invitation to play in the nation's most elite high school sporting event. For Colton Thomason, it all starts here, and we are extremely excited to be here at Smithson Valley and welcome Colton to the All-American Bowl family. Today, we will also be celebrating David DeHoyce, TJ Hunt Jr., and Gavin Woods' selection to the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by HEB. Before we present their jerseys, we'd like to acknowledge a few individuals who have had an important role in making the event a reality. Principal Michael Wall, Athletic Director Brian Martinez, and Athletic Coordinator Marsha Hammond, Head Coach Larry Hill, and the parents and guardians of our players, Jason and Ashley Thomason, Edward and Betty DeHoyce, Timothy and Tomika Hunt, and Heath and Denise Woods. None of this would be possible without the leadership of Coach Larry Hill, who has led the program since 1993 and was the head coach for the East team in our 2018 game. Coach Hill also played in the All-Star game in 1979, representing East Central High School. Congratulations on your terrific season as you all finish the season tomorrow night against Seguin. We wish you and your team the best of luck as you all prepare for the postseason and a run towards the UIL state championship. Coach Hill, NBC Sports, the All-American Bowl, and San Antonio Sports would like to thank you for your leadership for this team and your role of developing the success of Colton, David, Timothy, and Gavin. Everyone, please welcome Coach Hill.
Thank you, David. That was 79? Could have left that part out. But I know what a thrill it was for me to get to play in the game. It was the first ever, the UIL had just changed the rules to allow such games, and to be selected and play and interact with those guys for a week, guys you didn't know, maybe played against, or maybe you didn't know at all, never played against, still has some relationships from that 1 week of playing that lasts till this day. So I know our guys are going to get an opportunity to do that, and we're thrilled for them. We're also thrilled for their teammates. Without the role and the support of their teammates playing alongside of them, and these guys playing alongside of you, that district championship that he just mentioned and those goals that are still out ahead of us wouldn't be possible. And accolades tend to come when teams win. And you say, well, you got to have talent to win, and you got to win to have accolades. I don't know, how all that works, but it is a tribute to the guys that play with them, and but we're proud of you. Not only these 4 young men, excellent choices to play in these games, but they're great young men too. And Andrew Sendejo, who just recently retired from the NFL, played here. He a little phrase that bounces around the league he always used to say when he comes by is, Coach Hill, NFL stands for not for long. And you don't get to play forever, but you got to go be a respected man in your community for the rest of your life. And they could have chosen a number of our players, and I won't get into who gets chosen, who doesn't. I'm not into that, but I'll tell you this: these 4 guys behind me are tomorrow's leaders, and hopefully they play well tomorrow night first. Okay, then we'll worry about some all-star game in January later, but. I'm as proud of them as the kind of people that they are, as well as how well they play and how they represent our program and our other guys, how they represent Smithson Valley High School, and and their parents and the community of Smithson Valley. And extremely proud of that. Want to congratulate you for being selected. Could have chosen a bunch of guys, but couldn't have found 4 better ones than this. So congrats, guys, and thank y'all all for coming out today. Honor.
Thank you, Coach. Well said. At this time, San Antonio Sports would like to congratulate our 3 All-Stars being selected to the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by HEB. Gentlemen, stand up and let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, guys. In addition to those 3 gentlemen being selected to our game, we also have one of the best to receive the opportunity to play in the All-American Bowl. The All-Americans are selected for their talent, their skill set, and their work ethic both on and off the field. Throughout his high school career, Colton has demonstrated his commitment to the game of football and has racked up some impressive stats. Colton will continue his football career at Texas A&M next fall. Colton, on behalf of NBC Sports, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2023 All-American Bowl.
Thank you. And I want to start off by thanking God and the opportunity He's blessed me with. I want to thank my parents, my mom, Ashley, and my dad, Jason. Without them being able to take me around the country and help devote lots of blood, sweat, and tears and hours into the craft that I love, I don't think I'd be here today. I want to thank Smithson Valley, Mr. Wall, and the best community around. Thank you all for coming out and supporting me and supporting the Rangers in everything we do. I want to thank my teammates. They say in the Bible, Proverbs 27:17, iron sharpens iron, such as one man sharpens another. We have the best defense in the state, and being able to go against them every week has truly helped me become a better player and a better teammate. I'd like to thank our coaches. We can't have a good defense without a good scheme, and we can't have a great offense without a good scheme. So they have definitely put in the best scheme for us to be the best team that we can be and go clinch district and eventually go win us a state championship. And I'd like to thank the All-American Selection Committee. It was always a dream of mine to become an All-American. So now getting to finish my high school career in the best stadium in the world with the best community in the world, it means everything to me. Thank y'all.
Thank you and congrats, Colton. Everyone, be sure to follow the rest of the All-American Bowl's Road to the Dome on NBCSports.com and on social media at AAB on NBC, as it makes its way down to the beautiful San Antonio Riverwalk and inside the Alamodome in January. Come to the Alamodome on Saturday, January 7th to cheer on Colton as he represents Smithson Valley High School on national television at the 2023 All-American Bowl live on NBC and Peacock. And also, David, TJ, and Gavin as they represent the Rangers in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game live on CW35. Tickets are now on sale at the Alamodome box office and on Ticketmaster. It's one ticket for 2 games and a lot of great football. We hope to see you all there. Rangers, one more time, please help us congratulate your All-Stars, David, Timothy, and Gavin, and All-American Colton Thomason.
It means everything to me, It was always a dream of mine to go and play in the All-American Bowl, so getting to finish up my high school career with the best community in the world behind my back in my hometown, it's a lot. I went to most of the games every year since I was like 7, 8 years old. So it's really cool to finally get to be a part of it.
It means that all my work paid off from all the texts we did, all the hard work I put in. It means it all paid off. I'm just happy. Yeah.
It means a lot. It's a great pleasure. It's just a work ethic and something that we can all look forward to.
It means so much, just being able to represent my community and this school and everything that I've ever worked for in 17 years, and I'm so excited and ready to get to work.
Hello, I'm John Chapman, the new superintendent of Kamal ISD. I am humbled and excited to be able to serve our community, all 589 square miles. Over the course of the next 90 days, I'm going to be listening to our constituents, listening to small group and individuals to learn the great things that CISD has to offer. Together, it takes a village to raise a child, and I look forward to working with you in the foreseeable future. Thank you for who you are, what you represent, and how we can work together as a team.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Discovery Kitchen. My name is Sylvia and I'm a registered dietitian, and we've got Chef Mario.
Hey, how's it going? It's Halloween time. It's
Spooky season.
Things. So we're gonna go seat to table, and we have brought our little friend with us.
Yes, he's awesome. Chef Mario carved him himself. I'm impressed.
Oh, look at that. So, there's a couple of things I can do, ma'am.
Whoa, put the knife down.
Well, let me put the knife down. I'm not going to get violent, but I did want to say that.
It looks good.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
But what is our theme this month, Mario?
Well, seed to table.
Yes,
today,
seed to table.
So these are all things that you can grow in your garden.
From a seed.
You can get them from a farmer's market.
Farmer's market. If you don't want to grow them yourself, I understand.
Yeah.
It's hard to grow stuff.
Well, yeah, you can go to the farmer's market. You can go to the market itself, period.
Yes.
You can go to the food bank. And
yeah, they do.
And they happen to have vegetables too, should you be in that position. Get it. Get it.
So awesome. We're making sauteed vegetables.
Sauteed vegetables.
And what else?
And while I'm at it, I'm going to turn around and show you that you could. I've got some egg whites here, so I want to show you a little frittata. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil here.
Okay. So we got a bonus. We're gonna make some stir-fried vegetables and a frittata.
All at the same time.
All at the same time.
How about
that? Because they both go together.
Woo! So we're gonna add our egg whites down here.
Awesome. Is your fire on?
No, we're going to.
Or we're gonna light it up right now?
We're gonna light it up in just a second. We're gonna be patient.
I will be patient.
So we got that. We got fire going.
Awesome. Egg whites are the part of the egg that has most of the protein and has a lot of the nutrients as well. But egg whites are full of protein. The yolk is the part that has mostly fat.
Yes, and we're gonna add some.
What are those?
These are cherry tomatoes.
Cherry tomatoes.
If you happen to have some heirloom tomatoes, those are equally great.
Equally delicious.
Just cut them in half.
Yes,
Those are in there.
Awesome.
Boom.
Into our egg whites.
Into the egg whites.
Okay.
Okay. And we happen to have some spinach.
Ooh, spinach. It is so nutritious. Has so many vitamins and minerals.
And it's
these leaf. Just a leaf.
It's a leafy. Yeah, my grandchildren say, "Can we have some leaves?" They don't call them spinach.
They don't call them spinach. They call them leaves.
Leaves. They just want to have leaves. That's okay.
Really, it's so nutritious and dense with vitamins and minerals, and it's just a leaf, and it has all those amazing things in there.
And it's gonna cook down, you know.
Yes,
so.
spinach wilts like really crazy. So you see that amount, it's gonna look like this small after he cooks
So
it.
the next thing I'm gonna add is red onion. Okay.
Ooh, why red and not white? Do you just like the color?
I think it's more color, and I think we've spoken about the color in your diet.
Yes.
And how important that is.
Yes, adding colors.
So I'm gonna add that in there.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna add just one cut.
Onion. Does it make you cry when you cut onions, Mario?
But they say the jealous ones don't cry. So
Oh.
So then we're gonna add some mushrooms.
Okay, onion goes back. Mushrooms, I love mushrooms. It's a fungi.
It's a fungi, and you know I've noticed I added the stem on this one.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to, because you could turn around and just
Take out the stems.
pop it out, eh? No pasa
Reduce
nada.
food waste and you can use it. Would
There
be
you
better.
go.
But either way, as long as you eat
So
your
we're
vegetables.
adding some mushrooms in there.
Delicious. They have a, there's special mushrooms that they're grown under UV light. And if they're grown under UV light, they have really high amounts of vitamin D in them, which is really cool. A lot of Americans don't get enough vitamin D in the diet, so you can get them in your mushrooms.
Sorry.
Awesome. Got your whisk, Mario?
Yes.
Whisking up the egg skillet that we have with the tomatoes and the spinach and the mushroom.
And it's cooking on low. We're just gonna let it
Let it
sit.
simmer.
Yeah, we're not gonna add any more to that.
Okay.
But you could.
Okay.
And I've shown you how to cut. And this is one they call one
What
of
is
these.
that?
This is a fire bell pepper.
A fire bell pepper?
Looks like fire, you know.
That's like a combination of the red and the yellow. And
Yeah.
almost orange, because you know those primary colors make orange.
Yes.
So, wow.
Isn't that neat?
And I've talked about bell peppers before. They're really high in vitamin C, which is really good for our immune health. Helps us fight off bad germs, especially during the season, right? We've got viruses going around, flu, COVID. So make sure to eat your colorful vegetables, especially yellow, orange, and red.
So we're just gonna add a couple of these.
Or is that squash?
This is the yellow squash.
Squash.
And I have scored it because I like to play with my
Yes.
food.
Yes, he makes them nice and designed here.
Yeah. So anyway, we've got that going.
Perfect. Zucchinis.
And I'm gonna get some
Asparagus.
Okay. Now the neat
Delicious.
thing about the asparagus, and I love these spears, so I may just turn around and what the heck, you know? I'm gonna add these spears.
I like the tops of them. They become the
to
most
our
tender.
frittata,
Oh.
okay?
And the tops and asparagus are very wiry. They're kind of tough. You have to cook them for a good amount of time for them to get soft. It's because they have a lot of fibers in them, which means they're really good for your digestive health.
Right?
Yes.
And we're gonna go for some broccoli.
Ooh, look at all these colorful vegetables. I love it. Broccoli, broccoli, broccoli. Do you like broccoli, Mario?
I love broccoli, you know, and today we served broccoli and cheese on the line.
Yes, we did.
For the kiddos. And I noticed that they really, really enjoyed that. But I noticed that if you take your broccoli and you break it into little trees, as they say, the children will tend to eat more.
Yes.
If you give it to them in big ones,
Yeah.
they tend to not eat that and they just toss it around on the plate.
Food, the size of your food impacts the texture of your food. So if it's in smaller pieces, your kids are more likely to eat them because they're not so big. I like my vegetables cut up still, and I'm an adult, so. And yellow. Awesome.
And we're gonna add some more olive oil here to keep this moist and going.
Olive oil, right?
Olive oil, and I'm the last one that I'm gonna add is some of this orange. I like the
Orange
color.
bell pepper, yes.
I really do like those colors.
Awesome. How long are you gonna stir fry this for?
And again, you don't want to kill this, so you want to go maybe about no more than 4 minutes on this.
4 minutes, okay.
Yeah, but
You wanna keep them crisp?
2 to 3 is good. You just want to flash saute. And over here
How's
we're
the
doing
frittata
pretty good.
doing?
The frittata is doing really, really good. So we're doing good over here. Good in the hood. So we're gonna leave it alone. And believe it or not, it's about done. So like I said, you can just turn it in there and kind of forget about it. As you can see, here we are.
Oh, there's seasonings. Can't forget the seasonings.
No, garlic, salt, and pepper, guys. Keep it simple.
Yes.
Don't confuse yourself.
Garlic, salt, and pepper.
Garlic, salt, and pepper. I'm using olive oil, but you could use easily canola oil. It's fine. Pinches at a time is good. You can always add more. Tough to take out, huh?
Yes. So, I really like this month's theme because it stresses the importance of eating fresh fruits and vegetables and produce. Sometimes I feel like we don't focus on that enough.
No.
But really focusing on things you get from a garden, outside, local farms, local vendors, and kind of making sure you eat those on a daily basis. Very important for your health. I always talk about the vitamins and minerals that we have in our vegetables. We don't get enough, so it's important to eat them. Thank you, Mario.
Okay. So if you'll take and just spoon it into
Yes, sir, I
the
can do that.
plates, we'll have it ready to go.
Are you putting the frittata on the same plate?
We're gonna do the frittata and maybe the last in the back, the ones in the back.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
All the way?
Just all the way. That way we have any tasters, somebody's gonna walk up and wanna taste. But as you can see, it's already, she's assembling her plate. Gives you the opportunity to then make your presentation and spoon and serve
More?
the colors. Don't leave the colors behind there.
You're right.
My
Okay.
dietitian over here for getting the colors. All right, so anyway, so here we have our
Stir-fried veggies.
stir-fried veggies.
Delicious.
It's a very simple, quick, and ready
Easy.
to go
Yes.
stir-fry. And yes, it's gluten-free. So anyway,
Yes, it's free from almost all allergens.
this is good for a vegetarian.
Yes, or vegan too.
Or vegan because it doesn't have any butter.
It has no animal
No
product.
animal product whatsoever.
Yes.
So there you go. So you may have some particular friends. I'm just kidding. Then you want to invite
Well,
them over.
Yeah, we got to make sure everybody can
They're
eat.
inclusive. We're being inclusive.
Yes.
How about that?
Always, always. So thank you for watching this Discovery Kitchen. We'll share the recipe at the end of the video, as well as the frittata. The frittata was just bonus, so you guys could see Chef Mario doing all the different recipes. So
And you know what? I'm gonna just so you can see. that
sure.
it can be
Oh,
done.
we're gonna serve it up. Let's see.
We're gonna serve it up, and then you just pull it away, and it looks like a little pie, as you can
Yes.
see.
Frittatas are not really messed with. You kind of leave it in the pan and you let it frittata, like fry a little bit.
So I'm gonna cut it to like a little pie thing.
Okay, a little slice.
so.
Ooh, delicious.
Put a little.
Wow.
Otra vez. You remind me of that Richard Simmons. What? What? Okay. We're dating ourselves.
Awesome. That looks good, Mario. Thank you.
Thank you. You're very welcome. All right. So then, you're welcome to taste whichever one you want, but I can
Yes.
tell you which one I want already.
Okay.
I am going to go for this frittata.
So let's go ahead and say thank you for watching. We hope you try either one of these recipes together or separately, either one. And then always remember to try to eat your produce, your fruits and vegetables. Very good for you.
Yes. And this is be good for breakfast, for lunch, or for dinner.
Yes.
Enjoy.
But join us next time for our next Discovery Kitchen. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce our new superintendent, Dr. John Chapman, to come up and share a few words with us. Well, good morning. This is a great opportunity. This marks a special occasion and a huge milestone for CISD. You know, we're a fast-growing district, as Mr. York had stated. You know, one of the pieces that we're seeing a lot of right now is the growth in our district. As you can tell, one of our biggest growth areas right now is 281. And so the corridor and the growth that is expecting here, this is much needed in our district today. We are the second fastest growing county in the nation. The second fastest growing county in the nation. And we are, when we look at our housing closings, we are number 2 in San Antonio as we speak. We looked at our demographer and we were looking at some of the growth and what's going to be expecting over the course of the next few years. And in 5 years, Kamal ISD is expecting to have 35,000 students. 35,000 students in the next 5 years. So this is a great opportunity for us to celebrate this building and how we're going to continue to grow and improve each and every day. As we move forward, we need to continue to think about how we can support the community that we're in now and in our foreseeable future with the future bonds that are going to be coming forth. And I just want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you for the support that you've provided and look forward to groundbreaking ribbon cutting in August of 2024. Thank you.
We're here to celebrate Colton and TJ and Gavin and David for their accomplishments on and off the field. Before we get started, I'd like to not introduce, but thank their parents for all that they do for them, the early mornings, the late evenings, driving them to camps and combines, and everything that you've done for them throughout their lives and will continue to do as they move forward into the next chapter of their careers. But just watching these four play seems like forever. I was just talking about how it seems like David's been in high school for 6 years.
And we're at Ranger Stadium, and before they kick off, and I'm going to try to hurry, that was Kyler Clark, not Quentin Sampson, who caught that touchdown pass at the end of the first half.
I probably started that rumor. I was really rooting for the freshman, but it's still a great touchdown either way.
It was a great touchdown as they kicked through the end zone, which we expected them to do, so the Rangers will start 1st and 10 from the 25.
Sorry to the Clark family, sorry to Sampson, sorry to my friend Corey Berry.
But Kyler Clark ran the
great touchdown.
Ran the sweep that didn't get the handoff, but then ran to the corner and made a great catch against defensive pressure. And it was a great play to put the Rangers up 16-0. Now they have the ball, and the band is back. You can hear them. We liked them, their halftime performance. Chase. Quick pass to the edge.
That's Clark.
That's Sampson.
Don't start that with me.
It is Clark. I'm just messing with you. It's an 8-yard pass completion out to the 33. We're off to a good start on an 8-yard pass. And the Rangers will continue to go as quick as they can.
You see the ball blowing. The referee put it down. The ball started just rolling down the field.
Well, the Winds haven't let up. They're still 25+. The Rangers will probably run the ball a lot here in the second half, going into the Wind especially. They just thought they'd play a little.
First down.
We'll show you what we're going to do as Doug Lance runs for a first down on 2nd and short. Gets out to the 36 before he's brought down. Substitutions come from the sideline as Clark and Bafidis go out, and Sampson and Corey Coleman come in. So we're going to go with a bigger 2 tight end set here on 1st and 10 from the 36. Sinlick, a quick pass to Sampson. And if not for one player, and that is the cornerback R.J. Gutierrez, he might, pardon me, that was McLaughlin, but he might have gone a long way because that was the only guy between him and the end zone, and even though it's 60 yards away, no one was going to catch Quentin Sampson. So the gain is of 2. It's 2nd down and 8.
Referee has to hold his foot on the ball to keep it from rolling away. He's got an important job.
Yeah, I think he did that a lot in the first half, but it is definitely, the Wind is stronger now than it was. Here's Lance off right tackle.
That's a nice play.
Gets a physical run, gets a good 4 yards up to the 42.
Tight end became the fullback there and led up through the hole through a nice block, number 88.
So we'll call it 3rd and 5 from the 36.
That's Coleman with a nice block.
When we're clicking, that nice block happens a lot, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And it feeds on itself. Those kids love to run the football. They don't mind pass blocking, but they love running the football.
It's a sweep that they read out.
Nice job by the defense. They're well coached.
As their defensive tackle, Grayson Alex, makes another tackle and brings up 4th down as we get to punt into the Wind again. There you see the replay, and it really didn't matter. Somebody missed him.
Yes.
Clayton Amaya, low snap, kicks it low, defeats the Wind, gets a little bit of a roll, not as much as the first half, but it goes inside midfield and will be down at the 43. So Cedar Park will take over After the nice punt by Amaya, his average isn't going to go up as he's had 2 punts, both of them into the wind tonight.
Big series for both teams right here.
Their first possession on offense comes with 9:15 to go in the third quarter. They want to throw a wide receiver screen, and in a crowd.
Well played by the defense.
They make the play. The ball came loose, but I think the ball was already down. They're going to give them
about a yard, maybe 2.
Maybe 2 up to the 45.
They're still in hurry up.
The catch is made by Duplantier. Now Nicholson takes the handoff, gets hit in the hole after a yard gain, and he's pushed back.
Our D-line and linebackers are playing that play great. They've been very successful all night long stopping that running play.
I think that was McLean that hit him pretty hard in the hole. So a gain of 1 makes it 3rd and 7. Back to pass. Over the middle and pop as the ball gets near the receiver, which is Wool. He gets hit, and he's still down.
He's down. Hope the kid's not hurt, but that was a great play by that safety.
Here you see it coming right at you. And boom,
Just
Weston
like
Ross.
Didn't lead with the helmet, led with the shoulder. Clean hit.
Weston Ross, who's had some really big games during district play, put the lick on Duplantier, or I'm sorry, Wool, and he will make his way off the field under his own power. So that's certainly good news as they will come out to punt with the wind at their back. 8:22 to go, third quarter. Now his goal probably as a punter now, Connor Schutte, is to get it inside the 20 and stop with this wind.
Right. Let's see what they try here.
Rangers come after it. It's not a very good punt, but it gets a great
Get a
bounce.
great roll.
And
Good
that'll
grief.
go all the way inside the 5, and they'll down it there, probably somewhere near the 2 or the 3 or maybe the 1. That is the case. Kind of a crowd around it, so we couldn't come up and field it very easily.
Who they're going to call holding on right there. It's
There's a
interesting to see
flag.
what they do.
This would be the shortest penalty of the week if it's half the distance to the goal.
I guess you're calling that on the receiving team?
Well, that would be my guess. Well, the linesman had left his spot. Why did he do that?
Maybe because he didn't know there was a penalty.
Ouch.
Yeah. That helped him on the field position game right there. The goal right here is to get a first down and get out. Get out of that blue area.
Well, like I said, it was one of the shortest penalties you've ever sent.
Look
a half a yard.
Look how they put the ball at the half-a-yard line there.
The ball's almost touching the end line, which they really wouldn't be real wise to do. So out of the shotgun, it's even more touchy here. It's not like you can just run a quarterback sneak. We're going to throw it. We're going to throw it long. TJ Hunt goes up and doesn't catch it.
Almost
had it. And it hit and bounced off as it was fluttery into the wind. You'll see it here. TJ turns around, squares up the defender, gets a hand on it.
Never really got 2 hands on it, got 1.
Yeah. Good play by the cornerback there, Garrett Nichols, just a sophomore. He gets to guard TJ Hunt a bunch tonight. So 2nd and 10. Now you got 2 plays to get 10 yards. Check the sideline. Play clock at 5 and running. This is probably Sowers.
A good play. That's a good play right there.
You get out of the shadow of your goalpost, out to the 5 by Sowerby's 4-yard run.
I like our chances on 3rd and 5, but if we don't make it, you got a lot more room to punt it.
Yes,
now.
indeed. Clark, one of the subs, back in right now to the huddle, along with Corey Coleman. So we got 2 tight ends. See, Coleman must be the H-back. We're going to throw it. And up to make the catch is Weston Ross. No, that's TJ Hunt. Pardon me. I saw the 1, but that is TJ who went up and made the catch out at the 20. 15-yard completion.
We got a difficult situation in the game. He's the answer man right now. 2 big catches in the first half, and now that critical first down.
15-yard completion. Maybe the biggest play of the game,
so
at least
far,
in the early part of this second half it is. So from the 20, it's 1st and 10. We stay with 2 tight ends. Another handoff. This is Sowersby. Finds some room off the left side. We'll push him forward because we got more weight behind our guys, and he gets all the way out near 1st down at the 28.
We got better pushers than they do now.
We do ensure 28. Nice 8-yard run that really was about 4 yards until people started pushing. And I told you before, their defensive line's not very big. 205, 205, and 195 linebackers.
They don't want to get in a rugby scrum.
They don't. They don't. And our offensive line is big. A lot of experience on that offensive line. Sowersby again, left side, runs into his own man. There's a flag, probably a hold.
I think that penalty was thrown here by this line judge.
Here's our call.
.34, 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Here's a look at the play.
Guess he had him hooked before he fell down, but we couldn't really see the hold on the replay.
Kind of saw the flag as it was happening, and the defender had already fallen down, so not real sure what was there. In any event, it's 10 yards, which took a 2nd down and 2 and makes it a 2nd and 12. Halfway through the 3rd quarter, Rangers lead at 16-zip. Still 2 tight ends. This time it'll be Sinelek on a keeper. Bounces it outside. Has a race to the sideline.
Penalty on the play.
And there is a penalty.
Looks like the area where you call holding.
Probably a hold again. Sinelek will make a 1st down run clear out near the 40. At the 38, he's spotted. But our umpire tells our referee there's another infraction. Referee's going the wrong way. He needs to.
Holding on offense at number 66. Move. Past the distance. Repeat the down.
What number did he say? 62?
62, I believe.
I don't see a 62
no.
on the field or on the roster.
He was confused.
Kind of appearing like we're not going to get out of the shadow of our goalpost, but the clock still
runs.
Is
in our favor. Still 2nd down, or is that 3rd down?
No, it's 2nd down and 22.
Ugh. That's a hard place to look on your play sheet.
Now scoreboard says 21, so I'll go with them. Delayed handoff, not much there. Sowersby will earn every bit of those. De Hoyos will earn every bit of those 4 yards to the 13. So give him 3, and it's now 3rd down and 16, maybe 17. It's a long way into a 25-mile-an-hour wind.
Yes.
TJ Hunt and Bafidis both come this sideline, the tight end on either end. We're going to run it with Chase straight up the middle, bounces it right. He beats the tackle. Now he's got 1st down yardage past the 30, past the 40, wrestled out of bounds. Not till he gets near the 45, so it's a 1st down run. And again, Chase Sinelek uses his legs. for the Rangers.
Great block by the running back, De Hoyos.
So a good look at it there. Chase ran right through that arm tackle. He's been everything and more as a Ranger quarterback. Second half of last year and now into this year.
Got a Ranger player down.
And there is someone down on the field.
Can't see the number.
Oh, Chase.
Oh, he come back. He came running off and still hurt.
Came back and looking at his left lower leg. Ryland Walker, the junior, is the backup quarterback. Yeah, there he is. He started limping as he came back. Tried to go a little bit further.
Hard to speculate, but that kid's not coming out of the game unless he's unable to move, I guess.
Got that left knee taped up, so whatever that was probably started bothering him again on the run, or perhaps the end of the run.
Mm-hmm.
So Ryland Walker will get a chance to come in and engineer the offense after a great first down run by the senior Chase Sinelek. Walker's had an opportunity to play a number of snaps over the last couple of weeks, mostly in mop-up roles. But he has been out on the field. This isn't new to him.
Yes, this won't be new to him. He'll execute well.
They break the huddle at 12 on the play clock, so plenty of time. Tight end either way. An H-back and one receiver wide left. Hand off. De Hoyos kind of jumped over a tackler and got forward for about 4 yards.
Overcoming that field position down there on the 1-inch line with 99 and 2/3 yards to go. And then to overcome those penalties, they're in great shape right here to finish out this quarter.
That was the 7th play of the drive that has now taken over 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes. The 7th play of the drive. Of course, 2 of those were holding calls, so the play ran and then the penalty brought it back. It is 2nd and 7. Handoff again. Not much room this time. De Hoyos came left. Linebacker Reed Vines got him after a gain of just 1. So 3rd and 5 for the Rangers right near midfield at the 48-yard line. 3:15 to go on a running third quarter clock, as the Rangers have done everything they wanted to do going against this wind of just milking the clock and getting. Now they get the win in the fourth quarter on a game they lead 16-0 that has been a strong defensive battle. Defense and field position. Rangers will call a timeout as the play clock's winding down. They were just going to call a timeout anyway, it appeared.
I guess all the kids on the sideline have got those ponchos on because of the wind and the cold. It's not necessary. It's not raining anymore, is it?
No, they didn't have them at half or in the first half, but they brought them out for the second half to warm them up on the sideline, I guess. Had it started raining?
No, that's why I was surprised with the poncho look. But
Yeah.
I think that's just for the wind and the cold.
So again, the Rangers will have a 3rd and 5, 2:54. The clock stops on the timeout.
Hasn't been glamorous, but to start where they did on this drive and to overcome those penalties is quite an accomplishment. Either keep it rolling and go down there and score, be monumental.
If you do that, the quarter will probably end while you do it.
Yes. Well, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if they finished the touchdown on the good side of the wind too.
Yeah. So the Rangers have come out with a couple of tight ends. TJ Hunt, the lone receiver, out on the far side. De Hoyos is the tailback. Pardon, that was Doug Lance. Chase is getting pressure, or Ryland Walker's getting pressure, and he tried to throw it out
Bounce
to
once.
Bafidis here on the near sideline, and it goes incomplete as he didn't have much of a chance to do anything there after the handoff fake to Lance. Little play action. As soon as he spun, he had pressure, did a nice job of getting rid of it before Fortney hit him, and it's incomplete and brings up 4th down for Clayton Amaya. Still into the wind. He'll have a chance to just pooch you. Wow, he just really zapped it into the low, and it goes out of bounds near our sideline. Spotted at 33-yard line.
Yeah, maybe 32. All things considered.
So not a bad punt.
No, not a bad punt in this condition.
But it was a 9-play drive that didn't get any points, but it still you're still successful as they don't start except for on their own 31, and that's
they'll be definitely in hurry-up mode here if they have any success, because they've got to capitalize on having the wind.
2:46 to go as they snap it. Arp to throw. Has pressure.
Wow.
Has to throw it away as he breaks the huddle, or breaks the pocket, the tackle box. Hayden Arp, who struggled all night.
Really good coverage again.
Got pressure that time by Jackson Maynard. Let go, let go, let go, let go. Thank you. On the replay, it looked like he wanted to take him and throw him down like a rag doll, but he didn't.
He's a pretty big fella to try to throw down. Good thing he didn't. It'd been a penalty, but I don't think he could anyway.
Play clock will be reset as the ball went out of bounds. That stopped it. They've got 3 receivers on the far sideline. Low snap. Picks it up. Now wants to scramble. Being chased by a couple of Rangers. Dudzikowski gets to him and forces him out of bounds at about the 34. So a gain of a couple yards. It'll be 3rd and long.
Good coverage again. A little breakdown in the containment, but the defensive backs are playing great.
So they'll have 3 receivers on the far sideline. Hayden Arp takes the snap, straight drop back, wants to throw and overthrows him, almost an interception as the Ranger was closer to the ball. That was Duffy.
Yeah.
But it goes incomplete and they'll be forced to punt. He's not being very accurate right now.
No, he's not. He's not. The wind is bothering him just like it's bothering everybody else. Sure, he wants to play better than that, but defense. Give defense credit. The secondary's playing well. Nobody's been wide open for sure.
Bafidis and De Hoyos back. The punt will come from the 34-yard line officially. Rangers almost there again. Not a good one. De Hoyos will field it at the 28. Comes near sideline, breaks a couple of tackles. Now he's on the loose. He's got a chance to take it to the house if he gets one block. Doesn't, and he does. Touchdown. All the way to the end zone.
Special teams. Kicking game.
So the Rangers still against the wind.
Touchdown against the wind.
First touched.
They count the same, whether it's a punt return or
they do.
Or a real pretty pass, right? It counts the same.
So David De Hoyos on a,
let's watch this replay
27.
Here. Nice block by Bafidis. Nice block by the running back.
Out chase Vines. Tackle. Now one man to beat, and he got just enough of a bump to hold him up a little bit. And the push was not enough to knock down David De Hoyos. And here comes the extra point. Rangers up 22. Snap good, the hold down, the kick up, and good. 23. 23-0. We'll take a timeout on the field. The Rangers lead at 23-zip. 2:12 to go in the third on the Rangers Network.
Hello, I'm John Chapman, the new superintendent of Kamal ISD. I am humbled and excited to be able to serve our community, all 589 square miles. Over the course of the next 90 days, I'm going to be listening to our constituents, listening to small group and individuals to learn the great things that CISD has to offer. Together, it takes a village to raise a child, and I look forward to working with you in the foreseeable future. Thank you for who you are, what you represent, and how we can work together as a team.
Back to Ranger Stadium, where Clayton Amaya will kick off into the wind again. As without the offense even having to meddle with the ball there, they get a punt return of 73 yards by David DeHoyas and lead at 23-0. Into the wind, this one high into the wind, picked up and fielded, not necessarily cleanly, and the return is out near the 30. Max Powell, a senior running back who's not on the depth chart. Kind of an interesting look. As the ball spotted, they'll say at the 30.
Number 3 in playing linebacker now. He's been in the game some.
Lance, he's a defensive end.
Yes.
Backup defensive end. He's in again. We're getting some other guys out on the field. Here's a wide receiver screen, caught, and Stuber.
That's their big play of the half right there for 4 yards, 5 yards.
I think we'll give him almost 6 out to the 36. So a big play on first down. As they continue to hurry on the replay, you see the nice play. There's a running back. That's a different running back. That is Gallegos. 26 or 35. It's 26. He is not on the depth chart. Let's look and see who that is. That is Trey Hill, a freshman running back. So Trey Hill gets the carry. No gain. They'll throw. Pressure, though. Arp is going to be sacked. And the ball comes out, but loose. I think he was on the ground, and I think that's the call.
Yeah. Yep.
The ball.
Yeah, the referees were real emphatic, but let's take a look at that.
Oh, the ball's
that's
loose.
A fumble. That's a fumble.
The ball's loose. We need instant replay. Let's put it on the screen. We saw it on the screen, referees. Not going to happen because
they don't even have a red flag to yeah.
Larry wants to throw the.
Yeah, the replay.
You see that it came out because of the sack. And here's the punt. With the wind at his back, there's pressure. Almost got it.
No. Don't you throw the penalty.
He's going to throw the flag. We ran into the kicker. I thought we had a chance to block it. I thought we were there and probably should have got a hand on it, which would have meant that you could run into him without a penalty. But there is a penalty for running into the kicker.
Yeah. Coach Hill told him he wasn't very happy with that call.
We are running into the kicker. 5-yard penalty.
So 5-yard penalty and automatic first down.
I don't think it's automatic first down.
So it was 4th and 5, so it would be a first down.
So it's first down.
Yeah. Not automatic, but it is a first down. So on first down, the handoff, not much there. Here's the running into the kicker look. Good acting as he got his leg that was extended. Yeah.
That's a tough call.
So from the 41, 2nd and 9, we get to the quarterback. He escapes, throws it out to the edge. Does his guy come back and catch it? I think he did.
He did catch it. Great play.
That is Wool, Carter Wool.
That may be their long pass play of the night.
It might be. We're going to call it 7 yards.
Yeah, some momentum going their way right now, but we got the quarter changed. Now let's see what happens against the wind.
So the quarter has ended. We're after 3 quarters. Rangers lead at 23-0 on the Ranger Network.
Hello, I'm John Chapman, the new superintendent of Comal ISD. I am humbled and excited to be able to serve our community. All 500.
At Ranger Stadium on the change of quarters, they'll go into the wind now. Nicholson takes a handoff on 3rd and short. Looks like he gets first down yardage into Ranger territory. So it'll be their first down. I was going to say their first down, but they've had
one a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, had one a while ago.
Their second possession.
Yeah. So from 1st and 10 from the Ranger 49. Arp to pass, avoids the traffic, and then throws it into the Ranger bench.
Yeah,
that's
a penalty. He wasn't out of the box.
You don't think he was out of the tackle box?
That's what the lineman
I thought he was, but that's just me.
See what the referees decide together here.
See what they decide. We'll wait for our referee. He's going to wave the flag off. I thought so. I thought he was outside the tackle box. So it's just an incomplete pass and brings up 2nd down. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's outside that tackle box. So it's 2nd down and 10, still at the 49. 23 zip. Rangers lead it 11 seconds into the 4th quarter. Arp takes the snap, wants to throw. Gets sacked.
That's more pressure than he's had on him even in those games where they were getting beat. So the Ranger defense is answering now. Defensive line is starting to take over and get some penetration. And
he doesn't get it. Yeah, he doesn't get a very favorable spot. That's a loss of 14.
Yeah.
Normally they get him where he was stood up.
Yeah, where he was touched.
So I thought that would have been about the 40, but they mark it back to the 38. It is now 3rd down and a long, long way. He wants to throw. Here comes somebody in his face. He's got a receiver cutting across who gets just smashed.
Yeah.
A gain of 3. It'll be 4th and long. And they get to punt into the wind. So De Hoyos and Bafidis will be back.
This unit right here has accumulated quite a bit of yardage and some scores. They're doing great. Punt return.
So again, the punt. Good snap. Good kick. Into the wind. Doesn't go very far. Rangers will try to stay away from it.
Yeah.
And are successful. They'll have the ball at the 43. We'll keep it here as everybody is going much quicker now to get out of this wind, is my guess, is why everyone's moving more quickly as far as the officials are concerned.
Yes.
Here you see Gavin Woods on the sideline. I'm going to try to show you a replay on this. He made the tackle, but had helmet-to-helmet
with his own player.
With his own player, Duffy. And he laid there for a minute, but finally got back up, so they're going to check him out. Yeah. So Rylan Walker, the quarterback, hands it off. I'm guessing it's Doug Lance, but I'll wait till we see.
Yes.
It is. Who just got done playing defensive end.
Yeah.
Now he's in there to run the ball. A good gain on 1st down of 7 yards before he's tackled out near the 49. Rangers will take plenty of time off the clock on each play as they are trained well to do so. Bafidis comes out. Sampson comes in. 2 receivers near side. An H-back and a tailback behind Walker, who hands it off to Lance again, going left. Gets through the initial line and then breaks up the field. He's on the loose, tackled by a shoestring tackle by one of their safeties. That was Garrett Nichols, a cornerback. If not for that, he would have a touchdown, and that was a great run anyway.
I know what the offensive line wants to do the rest of the night. They'd like to run the football.
23 yards on the run. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
There you see that shoestring tackle.
If those kids get a vote, I know what plays they're going to run right now.
I think all of them want to do that, including the running backs and our new quarterback. Walker in for Chase Sinelik. We'll check him out as soon as we can. Another handoff. Lance gets met at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a yard or maybe two. Not much there, but the clock continues to run now, under 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 9 from the 27. Rangers break the huddle. Walker takes the snap, hands it to Lance. Coming right, has a seam, bounces outside, breaks a tackle, then gets met just inside the 20, down at the 16. That'll be first down yardage.
He did a great job staying in bounds, too.
He did indeed. Smithson Valley has given up just 48 points during their 7-game district schedule, and that included 3 shutouts. The Rangers outscored their district foes 315 to 46.
Incredible.
With 3 shutouts on the season. This would be the 4th of the year if they can keep this score the same. And in 11 games, how many shutouts do you see in a season? This would be the 4th as Lance takes another handoff, bounces it outside, breaks the tackle of one, then gets met after a first down, is inside the 5 as he continues to run physically as he has all year long.
They were playing for turnovers, trying to get the ball out, and not a clean tackle. You can see it right here.
That's where he got grabbed. No success by Underwood. Breaks that tackle. Then gets met in the hole by 33, a linebacker.
That's
the other safety.
Word physical doesn't quite describe what an awesome effort that was by that running back. Great job.
Now over 500 yards on the season. He is coming back next year, too. So 1st and goal from the 4. To Lance again. Why not?
He's in.
And he's in the end zone. No, they mark him down at the 1. So
let's see that. Where's he stopped? Okay.
Yeah.
The lineman went in.
He did go down. The lineman kept going.
Those referees are right. They're good guys. They're good guys.
We're under 7 minutes to go as the clock continues to run. 7th play of the drive will come up on 2nd and goal from the 1. Walker has to hurry just a little bit as the play. Here's Lance. And they're not going to let him in as they stop him at the 1 again, just inside the 1. Linebackers and safeties, Garrison Crockle. So it's now 3rd and goal from the 1 as the game clock will go under 6 minutes to play when we snap this one. So the Rangers have successfully, and there's a flag. That flag was thrown deep in the end zone. Unsportsmanlike is the signal we see motioned. So we get half the distance to the goal and an automatic first down would be my guess.
One of their players said something to an official or yelled something at one of our players.
With number 22, White, automatic first down, half the distance.
Yep. So Garrett Nichols, a sophomore cornerback, said something. Because I can't imagine he would have done anything.
He didn't hit anybody or.
Yeah. So it is 1st and goal now from the half-yard line for the Rangers.
Yeah, the distance doesn't matter. They got a first down out of that, though.
Yeah. Rangers taking plenty of time. Game clock under 6 minutes to go. Play clock now nears 10 as they break the huddle. Strong right. Ooh. Walker mishandles the snap, throws it to the end zone. That's a touchdown to Bafidis, who was all alone somehow.
Yeah, the way the Rangers were running the ball, it's awful hard not to load up to stop that run that close to the goal line.
Get a chance to see a replay sure here soon. Bafidis.
Great job by the backup quarterback, huh?
Yeah,
Coming in there and manufacturing a touchdown.
Yeah, Bafidis, not anyone near him, as they had lost track of him coming out of the backfield. So Amaya on for his 3rd extra point after a couple of field goals. Snap was a little low. Nice job by the holder. The extra point is good.
Snapper, holder, and kicker have done a great job all night.
Yes, they have. It is 30-0. Rangers on top. 5:42 to go on the Ranger Network.
Hello, I'm John Chapman, the new superintendent of Kamal ISD. I am humbled and excited to be able to serve our community, all 589 square miles. Over the course of the next 90 days, I'm going to be listening to our constituents, listening to small group and individuals to learn the great things that CISD has to offer. Together, it takes a village to raise a child, and I look forward to working with you in the foreseeable future. Thank you for who you are, what you represent, and how we can work together as a team.
Back at Ranger Stadium, they lead 30-0, 5:42 to go in the game. Clayton Amaya about to kick off again. With the wind at his back, Amaya has stuck the previous kickoffs from here in through the end zone and does so again.
Out of the back. Yeah, that's impressive, even with that wind.
Well, without a wind, he does it into the end zone regularly, so not very much of a surprise. As the Timberwolves will come out, 1st and 10 from their own 25. Cedar Park, yeah. Cedar Park 1st and 10 from the 25. A little forward motion by the H-back there. A handoff to a running back.
See some kids on the sideline for Cedar Park with black helmets. That's JV and freshman players getting to come up for a playoff game, ride the bus with the big guys, see what it's like with the lights on and that kind of stuff. Great atmosphere for the kids, even though they're not winning the game.
Yes, indeed. Powell, the backup tailback, took that run for no yards. Now a little wide receiver screen on the right side, about 5 yards. They've got some backups in. That was Jackson Brock, their tight end. He's not a backup. He's a starter.
I think the Rangers are playing with some backups on defense right now for sure.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. So 3rd and 5 from the 30. 4:44 to go. They'll fake a handoff, throw it over the middle. That's the tight end, Jackson Brock, and he's got first down yardage into the secondary. Across midfield, they'll spot him at the 41. So a gain of about 30 yards. So from the 41, 1st and 10, 4:20 to go in the game. Nicholson, the tailback, is back in the game, the starting tailback, I should say. Gets a gain of about 7 to the 34. So as quick as they make a big play, the starting tailback comes back in. He's a little shook up right now.
Yeah, they're not handing him the ball this play.
They're going to throw it to him out in the flat. He's going to get hit and won't get anything. Actually loses about a yard back to the 35. He wasn't ready to go, and they still threw it to him.
He gave a great effort, but he's on about half speed right there.
I'm shocked that we both saw how bad he was hobbled, and they still threw it to him. The quarterback even knew that because he was standing hunched down in front of him. They'll give it to, this is the other tailback, Trey Hill, the freshman, and the pile just goes forward. Good enough for a first down on 3rd and 5. So they'll be up inside the 30-yard line at the 28.
It's nice to see Smithson Valley letting the other kids play. The shutout is great, but it's not as important as getting those kids experience and be ready to go for anything that happens as an injury or for their careers later on.
Down the field, they'll make a completion that will get into the end zone, and they do. Looks like that is Blake Suber, the junior receiver, with his 2nd touchdown of the year on a pass play from Aiden Arp that covered 27 yards. You see the replay. Sort of.
It's hard to track.
Coverage on the play by the Rangers. Diego Davila. The extra point is up and it's good. The first time tonight, Tyler Kukla, a senior, has a chance for an extra point. And it's 30-7. 2:59 to go. Timeout on the field on the Rangers Network.
Hey, good morning. My name is Josh Kafura. I'm Evelyn Cox Kafura's daddy. Hey, baby girl, I love you. I miss you. For you guys that didn't know, this Friday is Veterans Day. I myself am a 12-year Navy SEAL veteran, and I've also spent the better part of last year being in different parts of Africa, helping countries be able to better protect themselves, much like I did while I was in the Navy, protecting our country. This time away has been really hard for me and Evelyn. I miss her every single day, and I can't wait to get back. And I just want to say I love you, baby girl, and happy Veterans Day to everybody. Evelyn!
Here's a play again of that replay of the touchdown pass.
You can see the young cornerback Davila there.
He's right there.
Guy just made a play. He'll learn from that. He'll get to see it on film. He'll be much better after that. Got to have a short memory playing that position.
And as we come back, they try an onside kick that the Rangers get a hold of. Leave no doubts. They were ready for it, and they recovered it. As the Ranger offense will come out and try to end the game with a couple of runs here to run this clock out. Should be nobody using timeouts here at 30-7.
Yeah, you'd be surprised if Cedar Park was going to use timeouts now.
So Walker's back. Handoff coming right. This is Isaiah Vivians. He gets a couple of yards to the 47 from midfield. Game clock continues to roll, now under 2.5 minutes left, as the Rangers just need one first down to run this clock out, but they have to get that first down. Receiver wide on either side. Hand to Vivians, going left. Good blocks up front. He breaks a tackle and falls for first down yardage to the 39 on a nice tough run by the senior, Isaiah Vivians. He had one carry for 92 yards and a touchdown last week, when it was basically the last play of the game. As the Rangers trying to run the clock out, but they were at their only 8-yard line, and they handed off, and he just came left near side and just kept going. No one stopped him. So 1st and 10 from the 39, 1:45 to go. Be under 1:40 to go when we snap the ball, except where we snapped it early. We'll pass it out to the edge. A nice catch on the edge made by Julian Martinez, a senior wide receiver, in for his first catch of the season. Up ahead to the 33. That's a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. The clock continues to roll, now under 1:20 to go. Backups on the offensive line as well. We go under a minute to play. Vivians takes it. Good blocking. Now this isn't Vivians now.
It's 46.
Kurt Hammock, another senior, getting the handoff, and a whole bunch of backups, a whole bunch of players come in and out, exchanging on this play after a first down run by Hammock. Vivians is back on the field. This will be the last play of the game unless some reason stops it, other than a tackle. That would mean penalty or something like that.
Yeah.
So the Rangers send 2 receivers to the far side. Walker hands it off. Isaiah Vivians will stay in bounds and get dragged down at the 24. A gain of 3 should be the final play of the game.
Congratulations to Smithson Valley on a 30-7, still a hard-fought game.
And if
still
we can we pull up the bracket and we can see who they could play, as Larry Hill will go across the field and be congratulated. Head coach Manville in the bracket. You'll see Manville won yesterday.
Last night. Yeah, that's right.
They beat Waldrop. Michael Quintero, the head coach of Cedar Park, shakes hands with Larry Hill, and the Ranger coaches and Timberwolves coaches shake hands as they go off the field, as the Rangers win it and advance to playoff next week against Manville at a time and place to be determined. So the Rangers win it 30-7. For Brad Lind and all of Wick Productions, this is Tony Brubaker saying good night and God bless. The Rangers win it 30-7 in advance in the playoffs of Class 5A.